Okay, so we're a few days in with the new mode canopy on the 79 series, and Paul got to experience the entire install process up there in Sandgate at McCormack's 4-wheel drive. But now the fun part starts for me. It's really about organising this space. The canopy itself is really huge, and I mean, it's just a shell without everything that you put on the inside. So we've taken the opportunity to come down to the Gold Coast, catch up with Rich from MSA. Hey Rich.
How are you?
Really good, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Well.
And talk about what we've got in here as far as the MSA products that we love and have used for a couple of years now on the road, and also how we're going to organise those, what we're going to put inside, and hopefully you can talk a little bit of the technical stuff, seeing you're the expert.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great, always great to catch up with you guys, and thank you so much for all the support. Firstly, I just want to say the canopy and the build looks great.
Schmick, isn't it?
The guys at McCormack's have done an absolutely brilliant job on the install, so yeah, fantastic job by them. So I think we start right here with the power slide.
Awesome.
So this is a brand new product for us at MSA. This is the DS50 version, so it fits a really good sized fridge, you know, full power with the slide out table as well. This to me is the burger with the light. It's got it all.
I love it. I think what we love so much about the slide is that it's really great for people that are maybe my stature, you know, who need something that comes down a little bit lower. And that was one of the things straight away we noticed with our previous setup. I'm easily able to access the fridge. I don't have to stand on a step to get in there, and it's easy to put away. You don't need to be a big burly bloke to be able to do it.
And that's the whole idea, that's why it was designed. The whole idea is to allow people to have easy access to get into their fridge. The best part about this, and especially for you guys being in the canopy that you are now, as the MSA power slide drops down, it actually swings away from the vehicle, so it's not just a straight drop down. So it allows, you know, things like flares that, you know, aren't accounted for when we do this to be cleared, no problems whatsoever, and everything remain as it is.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to, you know, get out onto the beaches and actually be using it in situ, particularly with the inbuilt table to be able to prep lunches and, you know, whip things up quickly and easily.
Yeah, and look, honestly, I've got this in my car as well, and I've used this for little gas cookers, kettles are perfect, but if I'm completely honest, it's usually the bar. It's usually the bar when I go camping, so it's just a great addition to have, you know, with the table as well. And the fridge barrier around the drop slide as well, which is just such a good product, especially because it gives you the option to then pack all the way around it and not choke the life out of your fridge. Yeah,
I love that, and the ability, if we need to be able to strap things onto the barrier, and also with these little pockets. I'm such an organised, like everything has to have its own place, and I love that with the MSA gear is that we can figure out where things are going to live. And I think when you're caravanning full-time like we are, or you're setting off on a big trip, or, you know, even just going away for the weekend, you need to know where your stuff is so that you can quickly and easily access it, and this is great for that as well. Yeah, absolutely, and it's not just the emergency stuff that you need to know exactly where it is and to have easy access to it. It's the day-to-day stuff as well, because what you don't want to be doing is having things bounce around and then you're hunting around for things. It's just crazy. So the idea of having everything in its place where it's meant to be is exactly why we design the things the way we do. Yeah, I love it, and I love that we had the opportunity to work with you guys, you know, in the, I guess, in the design stages to really figure out what we wanted the back of this canopy to look like, how we were going to lay things out to really suit our particular lifestyle and how we're going to use it and the functionality. Yeah, well, this being a new canopy as well, it's just brilliant that we got to sit down with you guys and talk about, okay, well, this is what we can and can't do. This is a design that we like. So what we've actually done is we've got two 830 by 600 drawers back to back here. And then butted up against the fridge is a 700 by 600. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, but still with some really usable, organised space. Yeah, I just love how, again, clean it looks and giving us that flat floor as well. There's no awkward spaces either. So the space in here is just brilliant. I absolutely love these drawers. These drawers, we actually designed these specifically for service bodies like this. You know, we've obviously got the big drawers that you had in the Hilux, which are fantastic for your dual cab utes, but these sort of modular drawers, if I can call them that, are just brilliant for these service bodies because, again, it gives you the freedom to create a service body that works for you and your needs and wants on the road. Oh, 100%, and there is so much space in here, really, when you start packing things in. And I mean, of course, being caravanners, we're conscious of our weight, so we're not throwing, you know, the entire household in when we're taking off. But once you actually start packing things in, you realise just how much space there is.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of space in these. You know, because these drawers are the 830 long and then 600 wide and our usual 275 high, it does give you a huge amount of just usable, functional space in all of the drawers. So
yeah, totally. So with this drawer, we're still getting organised obviously, but I'm thinking this will be where we have all of our sort of kitchen and camping gear that's easily then accessible with the fridge, you know, the table being here. So we'll have our MSA cups, also we've got our cutlery roll in here. So this will be my drawer. Just need to get Paul to get his stuff out.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Yeah.
I can see a couple of the wine glasses here as well, which always makes me smile. But again, you know, having all this stuff on this side would make a hell of a lot of sense. You know, use this as your pantry next to the fridge. Makes, you know, getting around camping site so much easier. So I love this part as well. So we've got a power panel here. So we've got a couple of 12 volts here and a couple of switches to run anything you want. Water pump, you know, compressors especially, a couple of charging points, and most importantly, when we're out on the road, the battery monitor. So you can see exactly how much external power you've got. Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Right next to a really well hidden inverter. So again, the guys at McCormack's, fantastic job. It looks brilliant.
Awesome, Rich, thank you. That was a great look at what we've got in the back of the canopy. Now we do have more MSA products on the vehicle though, and one in particular I think is actually my favourite, and that's the towing mirrors. So we should talk about those. Now I know it might sound a little bit strange to say I love these mirrors, but I genuinely love these mirrors. I think because they've totally changed my driving experience, again being a little bit shorter, I can actually see over the mirrors, so I feel so much safer when I'm in the truck driving compared to other mirrors that we've had on our vehicles in the past.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. These mirrors are just absolutely fantastic. The flexibility of them is absolutely brilliant. You know, being able to drive, and I love the fact that you guys aren't towing today, but with the addition of the canopy, you've got them out to an extended position, which is just exactly what they're designed to do. And then when you've got the van on, being able to pull out to, you know, another position as well to give you all that extra vision is just brilliant. Yeah,
and look, we've done a full review of these when we first got them installed on the Hilux, and their functionality, and again just how they've changed the experience for both of us. But I think me in particular, just being that little bit shorter in the driver's seat as well. But also we can, you know, we're testament to absolutely how amazingly strong they are as well, you know, and that they fold in too. So in tricky spaces when it's a little bit tighter, or even going into the shopping centre car parks that seem to be getting smaller and smaller these days, the ability to be able to bring the mirrors in and not have them damaged is so good.
Yeah, and you do have to put a fair bit of force into these to move them around. So all mirrors have to fold front and back. It's an ADR requirement. So we've obviously taken care of that, but we've also made them strong enough that they're not going to blow around, you know, when you get up against high winds or on the highway or whatever you need. So they're just an absolutely brilliant product, these ones. And these ones, you've got the electrics here as well. So on the 79, making it really easy to change your glass to an electric glass, to making, you know, everyone's, you know, life a little bit easier, because you're not constantly, you know, moving mirrors and, hey, you know, Paul, can you move this mirror? And then you've got an indicator on here as well, so just an extra little bit of feature for you as well. So standing here makes it really easy to see on the inside. You've got a number of different MSA products in there as well. So starting with the dash organizer, how do you guys go about using that?
It's awesome actually. I mean, we are in the vehicle so often. I mean, we travel full time, so we're always in the car, whether we're towing to a new campground or, you know, we're just off during the day, off to different experiences. That's great for just all of the little things that you need to easily access. So sunglasses, Paul pops his wallet up there, his reading glasses. We keep a pen up there, just those little items that, you know, otherwise you're looking through the big glove box trying to find things. And particularly having a kid in the car as well, there's always stuff. Mum, where's the? So just having that up there is a great spot to keep those easily accessible items.
Yeah, I'm the same with mine. I use it all the time. You know, I spend a lot of time on the road as well, so having, you know, everything I need really handy and within arm's reach is just so good.
It's one of those items that you didn't know that you needed it until you've got it, and then you're like, how did I live without this?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, changing it around a little bit, it makes it really easy because, you know, when I go out and I'm on the tracks, I can take out the stuff that I don't need, like, you know, I don't need mints and things like that when I'm out on the tracks. So I put radios in there and, you know, for spotters and things like that. So just super easy and super just, you know, versatile to be able to do whatever you need to do at any given moment.
Yeah, and it stays in nicely too. I like that. It's not just one big open space. It's got those little pockets in there so you can actually, you know, wedge things in and it's secure.
Yeah. So you've also got the MSA premium seat covers in here. How are you finding those?
Yeah, these are great actually. They're a new addition since we picked up the 79 series, and they've made a big difference, particularly in just keeping the interior of the car cleaner.
Yeah.
I mean, we can definitely attest to the fact that they are kid-proof. I'm sure they're pet-proof as well.
Yeah.
Jasper does a decent job being 6 and sitting in the back there of testing them for you.
Yeah, our youngest product tester.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yes, but even with things like dust and dirt and, you know, being in places, Central Australia with that red dirt that just stays in everything, I find that if I just give them a little wipe over, if they've got a mark or they're looking a bit dusty, I just use a baby wipe even and wipe them over and they come up good as new. So I can't imagine what the seats would look like if we didn't have them on. Yeah,
and with these ones in the 79, you've also got the lumbar support as well, right?
Yes.
How's that gone on long trips now?
They're great actually, and it's interesting because Paul and I, you know, as everyone would, has their own preference on how we have it set. So when I get in his seat, I have to, you know, pump it a little bit to get it just right for me. But no, it's great. I think the seats in the 79 may not be as cushy as what we had in the Hilux, but that lumbar support definitely makes a big difference on our long drive days.
Yeah, absolutely. I've found the same. You know, as you know, I do a lot of Ks, and to have that lumbar support, to have those good quality seat covers on there, absolutely fantastic on long drives.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that you could probably easily overlook the importance of. You know, oh, they're just seat covers, but they do a really good job if you're in your vehicle all the time, travelling lots of kilometres around the country. They're one of those must-have products, I think.
Yeah, they are, and these seat covers are going to last you a lifetime, and you know, on that we offer a lifetime warranty on the seat covers as well, so we know that they're built to last and we know that, you know, we stand by them.
How amazing is that? I just have to say, like, very rarely can you find products that come with that lifetime guarantee, and we just love that about MSA. I mean, the quality is there, but to have, again, that peace of mind that you know that they're covered by that, and you can really put them to the test, which we have in a lot of cases.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Rich, before we wrap up, we really should talk about one of Paul's favourite products, and that is the rear wheel bag. So should we go take a look?
Sure, it's one of mine too. Let's go.
This baby gets a lot of use. We absolutely love it. We mostly use it for rubbish, you know, when we're off camping. A lot of these places that we're off grid don't have rubbish facilities, so it's a really great place for us to be able to store that so that it's not in our environment or in the environment as well. There's a couple of things that I love about it. Now, Paul thinks this is his, but I actually love that I can still reach to get the bag off with your clever clip design so that it all comes off and I can easily access and empty if need be, even though it's still really high.
Yeah, and this is one of my favourite products too, so I can understand why Paul loves it so much. So the harness actually stays on the tyre with this bag, and there's 4 side release buckles up here that just easily snap off, and you can remove the whole bag, so you can use it as a rubbish bag without a problem in the world. There's a drainage eyelet under here as well, so you know the bag can be hosed out if anything does leak on you. But for me, I've used these, and I've had them on the back of my car as well, and it is just so good for, you know, wet recovery gear that you don't want to put back inside the canopy until you've cleaned it off properly. You know, down at the beach, sandy, wet towels, you know, all of that sort of stuff that you don't want to keep and get the inside of the car dirty and gross.
Yeah.
So nice and easy to put in there. And then for me, I've also had firewood in this as well. So it's built really strong and can hold a fair bit of weight. So the capacity of this is 55 litres. So it does take a fair bit of weight.
Yeah, that's super versatile, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know Paul's excited because we've just picked up another one and we're going to put it on the spare wheel on the back of the van.
Yeah.
And that way we thought, we don't want a lot of weight on the back of the van, but things like our recyclables, so those empty plastic bottles and things, we can put in there when we're after that extra space camping off grid. And then, as you say, that might free us up to be able to also use this in a more versatile way as well when we're off without the van.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it speaks to the versatility of all our products. So you can use this for a rubbish bin or storage or whatever you want to do. And they're built to be able to handle all different types of scenarios. So it's just another testament to how well this stuff's built.
Yeah, awesome. And it's waterproof, right? So once those zips are done up properly, no water gets inside, which obviously is really important if you're using it for rubbish or you've got stuff in there that you don't want to get wet.
It's on the outside of the car. It's going to be exposed to the elements every single day of its life.
I know, this is as clean as it looks.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's not going to stay like this forever. Not with the amount of Ks you guys do. No way. So again, just such a cool product. It may seem quite simple, but the time and thought that's gone into building this and the reasons why it's been done the way it has is just unbelievable.
I think that's why we love the MSA gear so much. I mean, it just complements the travelling lifestyle that we have so well. And even the little storage bags that are great to go in the drawers, just all of those little accessories that you offer as well.
Yeah.
They're great for just keeping us organised, and we know where things are. Paul can categorise where all of our tools and bits and pieces go, and they're easy access and they're hard wearing. So they're built for the conditions that we're taking them to.
Well, we're tourers as well, so we love to get out on the road and go camping and do all this. So we make them basically to make our life a little bit easier. So if they make our life easier, then they're going to make your life a little bit easier as well. So we're all in that same boat. They're all in that touring boat. So the products are built to do exactly that.
Okay, so it's pretty clear we love our MSA products, and thank you, Rich, for taking the time to talk through them all with us. We're super excited now because we are hitting the road. We're heading west. We're actually going to try and trek out to Uluru. So we'll really be able to give this space and all of the products a really good test and, fit them into this new travelling lifestyle, this getting off grid. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm really excited for you. And by excited, I mean insanely jealous that you're going to be able to do that, because that sounds like an incredible trip. I'm happy that it's all been done for you, and now you can just hit the road and get back to doing what you guys love. So, it's absolutely fantastic that it's all done, and as always, it's great to catch up with you.
Yeah, thank you. We might have to organise an MSA staff trip out there or something, hey?
Hey, I think we can arrange that for sure. That would be very, very good fun.